Hey guys, it's John, ReelBlue Custom Rods, and welcome back to the channel. And now, as you can see, I've got the completed under wrap for the guide that I'm going to place up here, and I've finished off a majority of my decorative wrap, minus this piece here. And what I'm going to show you how to do, the next wrap I'm going to do to kind of take this space up is what I think I want to do. Is I'm going to do a one colored thread or a one thread fade wrap. And I am going to show you how to do that. So before I do that, I need to take a couple measurements. And so I know I'm at, let me flip that back around. I know that I'm at almost 2.5 inches, just over 2.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of split this on a different scale. Go 2 1/4, 2 1/4. So I know where the half is. And what I want to do, I think I'm going to wrap, but I am trying to be very specific here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one thread fade wrap, but I want to wrap some solid blue in here. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here. Just like that. All right, that is what I'm going to do. So I made a couple of marks. You can barely see them. There's one and there's the other right there. And I've got my Pro Wrap nylon 455 nylon thread queued up. And what I'm going to do, and this is a size 8, and I'm going to start wrapping this on here. And what I want to make sure I tell you up front is that, you know, as I've been building this rod, there we go. I just wanted to pull that away for a second. As I have been building this rod, I have touched this piece of the blank with my hands. And so, and you know, putting masking tape on it as I was holding the straw down for some tag wraps and stuff. So what I did is, before I started making my marks there, before I came on camera, what I did is I went in and I just cleaned it really good with a little piece of shop towel and a little bit isopropyl alcohol to just wipe it down, get any residual stickiness from the masking tape on there, fingerprints or anything like that, because I'm going to do this one thread fade wrap, and I don't want anything underneath it. And so I'm going to show you what this one thread fade wrap is without kind of giving it away quite yet. Some of you have seen me do it before in one other video. You may have tried it, you may have done it yourself, or you may be interested in doing it after you see what I'm getting ready to do. But what I'm really trying to do is maximize the color of this rod, man. You know, you pay to have somebody, or you either pay or you paint yourself. You have a rod custom painted a specific color, and so you want to complement that color, right, with your thread choices and the theme of the rod. But I feel like you also want to kind of maximize the color and be creative with the color of that blank so it comes through, because again, it's going to give it some character. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping down. I'm almost halfway there. I'm coming just down to this blue tick mark. And then once I get down there, I'll show you what we're going to do. So I'm going to wrap down almost there, almost there. And then we're just going to do this one thread fade wrap-ish. So I'm going to lay this down in here. And the reason why I'm using this blue color is because I'm going to have another decal that's going to go over this. but I want this one thread fade wrap to kind of come through and shine through underneath this decal. All right, so, oh, there we go. Come on now, got stuck a little bit. All right, just get down to that tick mark. I'm gonna keep going just a little bit. I want to get past that tick mark before I do what it is I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna stop right here, put my rod at the 6 o'clock. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab me a piece of thread. I need another size A piece of thread. And this is a pretty good length. Hopefully this will be enough. And then I'm gonna come in here and I am going to tack that down. And I'm gonna take a little piece of this thread there with a piece of tape. All right, now that I have that part done, actually I made a little bit of a mistake. What I want to do, as you guys will see, I am gonna back this wrap off to that mark because I wanna start this at that mark, that tick mark that I made right here. That's where I wanna start this wrap at. So I'm gonna back this off right there, and one more to the 6. Now what I'm gonna do is introduce this piece of thread. Okay, now nope. See, I keep, even when you think, even if you know what you're doing, man, sometimes you have brain farts and you're trying to work fast to get ahead of yourself. And I'm wanting to do one thing, but my brain is telling me to do something else. All right, so let me wrap this down. I was right the first time. I'm gonna go all the way past this tick mark. So I can't see that blue tick anymore. One more for good measure. So I'm gonna back up right there. Now, I'm gonna take this thread, come in here, lay it down. I actually wanna make sure it's centered. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do, got it in there. I'm gonna hold this thread that's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, now I'm gonna grab me a piece of tape just to hold that for me for a second. Now I'm gonna grab another color of thread. I'm going to flip that over, pull that down. Oops. Okay, come on now, thread. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to unwrap this thread that I added off of this blank. And I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what I want to do is I just need to take a pause and put this tape just to gently hold it there. I'm at 7. I want to come back and measure and find what the middle is from where I added that thread, right? Bam. Oops. 1, 2 and a half. Okay, so I got a little bit more to go. I was on 7. Pop the tape off. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I need to put that tape back up here again. 12. 'All right, I got a little twist in these threads, so I'm just taking them out. Okay, there we go. All right. 12, 13, 14, 15. $16, 17, I think I need to back off. But let me double check. Yep, I need to back. Actually, hold on a second. Actually, nope, I'm gonna do it right here. So I think what I'm gonna do is do one more wrap. And then I'm gonna go back to measure up here really quick. Yep. And I'm gonna back that off after I get that packed with my finger. I'm gonna back it off to the 6 right here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to telling you, having 2 hands sometimes just isn't enough. I'm going to use that to hold that in place. And then all right. And then we're going to keep spinning this down again. And my light blue thread is getting a little short. So let me tape this off. And I know I'm quiet and I'm not doing a lot of talking right now. It's just because I'm trying to work through this. But I'm almost to the spot that I want to be at. And then you guys will see kind of how this transitions. So I want to pull that tape down. I want to get on the bottom here. Okay, so tighten that up. And then I'm going to pull this one down, pull that one up. All right, guys, so we're getting there, down to the end. At least what I'm calling the end of this one. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to just tape that off for a second. And once I get, there we go. Once I get that on there a little bit, I can start packing this thread. So I'm going to wrap this all the way down to the end. All right, we're just going to go all the way down to the end with this. And then you'll see now, although these colors look good on this rod, this light, this brown color and this lighter blue look good. That's not what I was shooting for. So, and I like this to be a little tight, this wrap to be a little tight. So we can see how this is all going to transition. And I made a mistake. And that's going to cost me. But we're going to see if I can get it out. And what I didn't do is put a loop in there, and I should have put a loop. I should have put a loop. Good night. I should have put a loop. All right, so I'm going to back this off. You guys will see what I'm talking about here in a second. When I say I should have put a loop, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm doing essentially is I'm going to pull that brown and that light blue thread out, right? And that's going to create the one thread fade wrap. But what I didn't do is I should have put a loop for each one of those colors or each one of those threads that I did, and I didn't do it. So what I'm hoping is when I put one on this first one, it will all work out. But we're going to see here in a second. So I just got to back this all off now. All right, so now I'm getting down to the end of where I had that thread. So what I'm going to do, I want to be very, I got one more to go, I think, right there. Yep. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thread. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is slide this black piece of thread underneath there, whip this underneath, and then continue to wrap that blue thread. Now I'm going to fold that back that way. There we go. Now I can start tightening that back down. And so that black thread is going to allow me to pull that first piece of thread out. And then from there, I'm hoping that I'll be able to recover on everything else. And let me just loosely put a piece of tape on all that. All right, so now we're going to tighten this down. Let me get this tightened all the way, wrapped all the way back down. All right, so we're getting down to the end here now. And if you guys, you know, as you can see with the orange and blue colored theme here, again, as my previous video, I've been asking people to try to guess the theme of this rod. Again, it is a sports theme. That's kind of the hint that I'm going to give you guys. So if, you know, let me know in the comments block what you think the theme of this rod is. Again, sports. And then I'm wrapping down to the end here. All right, come on, man. I can't get down there fast enough, I feel like. All right, here we go. And I've got a little bit of a crooked wrap there. But I think that'll cover it. Now let me back that off a little bit to right there. And then what I'll do, I've got my rod positioned at what I call the 6 o'clock. Run this piece of thread through here. Okay, now I'll pull that through. All right. Okay, so we got that. Pull that tight. And we'll cut that off. Come back with a burnishing tool. Blend that in. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to this, take this tape off, actually. I'm going to come back to this black loop that we created, and I'm going to lift that up enough to snip that thread and pull that other piece out. Just like that. And then now, I am going to manually turn this backwards and just help this thread off. And let me cut a little bit of that extra brown off. And I'm just gonna, I'm not pulling this thread. guys, I'm just holding it and letting it come off. But you will see now I got to be careful here. I'm cutting that close, and this is because I didn't put the loop in. Let me pull this out first. Ooh, very gently. And hopefully, I'll have to come back and touch that up, I think. Right there. Now I'm just going to use because I had that little mishap there, I just used my burnishing tool to move those threads around a little bit. Now I'm kind of changing directions, all right? Because I had a mistake and I'm not going to rewrap that. I think I can recover this. However, I think I'm going to try to kind of recover it almost as if it was a tiger wrap. So that is what I'm shooting for now. I'm gonna blend this into a tiger wrap. I'm going to cut this thin down here. And put that thread up there. And now I got to recover and I think I can do this. So again, I'm just letting that thread come off, right? I'm not pulling on it. So I'm pulling that out, and now when he's to point it into my burnishing tool, to see if I can recover these. And I'm just going to move them one way. I'm going to go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And I think that gives it a little bit of a different look. And I think I'm good with it. I think I'm good with that. I'm liking how this is turning out. It's got a little wave to it intentionally now. And so it's almost like a tiger wrap. Of course, it's not a tiger wrap because I don't have 3 threads laid down, 5 coats of epoxy over it, and then come back and rewrap it with 3 threads and cut one out. Not a tiger wrap. But what I did is I tried to make do. Everything, I tried to recover from an error that I made, and I think I did that pretty good. Everything on this build has been symmetrical except for this middle part. And I think that is going to look great, especially the fact that I'm going to have a decal over that. So I think that looks awesome. So let me know what you guys think in the comment block. Did I recover well? Did I make a mistake? Should I go back and try to do what it was I was initially trying to do? I think it gives it a little bit of character. It gives it a little bit of movement in the middle, a little bit of fluidity. And I like it, man. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. This part, I don't think this part needs to be symmetrical. And I keep getting up and looking at it from different angles. I think this gives it kind of a cool wavy vibe to it. That's my thought here. But let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Hey, thanks for watching. Thank you for always supporting my channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you. Make sure you guys watch this next video here. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye.